Hello, everybody. It's Beer to Beer time. And I wanted to share with you my top 5 things that I would highly suggest that you really process and think through before you ever hit that go live button. And what's something that is very unique about some of this is that I think there is a lot of large content creators that have talked about similar things that I'm going to be talking about today. But the thing is that was 3 to 5 years ago. This is being recorded April 21st of 2022. And my current portfolio, so to speak, is that I stream live on Twitch. I have 1,600 followers, and so I'm not like this huge channel. I'm not somebody that is got like this absurd following. But this is what makes this one a little more important, I think, is that I am just your average Joe that's trying to make his own way in the Twitch world. And I want to share with you 5 things that I have learned throughout this journey that hopefully will help you get a jump start on your stream before you ever hit go live. Head searching. You got to figure out who you want to be. You got to define this question. Why are you streaming? Why? Why are you streaming? You have to be able to answer that question. And what I mean by that is you have to define what your goal is. I'll give you a couple of examples here by what I'm talking about. Do you want to just stream for fun? Do you want to do it as a side hustle? Or do you want to ultimately be your full-time gig? And a lot of times that actually happens in that order, where you might start off streaming and you're like, man, I'm just going to do this for fun. I'm just going to hit go live and we're going to see what happens. See, but in the back of your brain and in the back of your head, every time that you start out with it just for fun, you always have the mental mindset is, what if this thing takes off? What if it goes crazy? Everybody has that. Everybody has that feeling when they do that. They like, what if? The big what if factor. I want it to be for fun, but if it ends up working into a side hustle and then into a full-time streaming career, then let's go for it. If that is you, then this video is perfect for you. Video is absolutely perfect for you, because I'm on this exact journey that you are, that where, I first started off by saying I wanted to do this just for fun. And then it really morphed into a side hustle. And then now I have aspirations of making this a full-time gig one day. So secondly, you need to define what kind of streamer are you going to be. You have to be able to define what kind of streamer you're going to be. So this plagued me for the first 6 months of my streaming career. And I didn't see a lot of growth. I didn't see a lot of advancement in a lot of that because I had not been able to answer this question effectively. And one of the things that you have to be able to determine, are you going to be an entertainer? Are you going to be a gamer? Or are you going to try to be a combination of both an entertainer and a gamer? I can tell you this, if your main concern is to be a gamer, you better be exceptional. You have to be exceptional, because listen to this, I have seen one of the most gifted Apex players I have ever watched. Unfreaking believable Apex player. And he was just doing some of the most absurd plays, making clips and trying to get traction. But the thing is he was not able to get over the hump because he wasn't able to answer any other question besides this one. But for me, I felt like I was able to answer this question, but it came later because I didn't know what my gifts were. I didn't know what I was going to be best at. And you might not be able to know what your gifts or what you're best at until you hit that go live. So this is kind of a little bit of a tough one to try to process and work through. But you need to be able to define at some point in your streaming career whether you're going to be an entertainer, a gamer, or a combination of both. So I decided when I first started streaming that I was going to be a gamer. And one game that I was very passionate about was Magic the Gathering. It was a game that I was playing a lot in paper form, but then I was also playing Magic the Gathering Arena, which is their digital platform. So that's how I started streaming, was streaming Magic the Gathering. After the first 6 months, I realized that my best skills in being able to be a gamer, an entertainer, or a combination of both was when I was an entertainer. I started implementing new things into the stream. Like, I wasn't an exclusive Magic the Gathering streamer anymore. What I started doing was I started doing cooking streams. I started doing some different IRL stuff. Then I started moving into different games. So what I had to do is I had to think through and process through, okay, I have gotten feedback from other people and people around me that, like, listen, you're a way better entertainer than you are a gamer. And that wasn't them taking a stab at me, because I was a very competitive Magic the Gathering Arena streamer where I was in the top 500 players in the world multiple times. So it wasn't that the fact that I couldn't game, it was the fact that I was a much better entertainer than I was a Magic the Gathering exclusive streamer. So this was something that I had to really process through and think through. And I also had to identify, do I want to continue to grow at a slower pace and continue to keep only streaming Magic the Gathering, which I could have done. And honestly, I probably would have continued to grow and would have done decent along the way. But when I really tapped into who I was and who I wanted to be on stream, that it really opened up a lot of different windows for me to be able to pursue my best qualities as a streamer and to really try to enhance and to build those up. This is something too, before you ever go live, you need to process and think through what your name is going to be. This is so important, because if you're wanting to make this a full-time gig at some point in your life, you have got to be able to have a marketable name that people can point to and go, I know that guy, or I've heard that name before, or I've seen that person on Twitter, Instagram, Hover, YouTube. I've seen their name because it's catchy. It's something that is very marketable. And it shows who you are. It shows who you are as a streamer. So let me just tell you how I came to my name, Bearded Beer Time. It tells about who I am. It tells about what the channel is about. And there's a little bit of hype involved with that too. Bearded Beer Time. I have a big beard. I do beer reviews at the beginning of my streams. Seems like a good fit. Bearded Beer Time. Time is like a hype word. It's like, man, it is time for this to happen. If you can go back and you can look at all of these huge streamers and huge people that are influencers or content creators, they all have names that are captivating, and it also has a good ring to it. It's captivating. It tells you about who they are as a person, and it also is able to tell them a little bit about what the content that you're creating. Like Tim the Tap Man, easiest name ever. His name's Tim. He's covered in tattoos. Tim the Tap Man. I mean, it's just so easy. I can tell you this, please stay away from things like Joe Smo 420 69. You've got to make yourself marketable. And I talked a little bit about this, about choosing a good, catchy name. You need to be able to have that. But you need to be able to engage with people on not just the platform that you're streaming on, whether you're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, Trovo. It doesn't matter what you're streaming on. You need to be able to have your hands in a lot of different areas for you to be able to welcome in other people that might be able to find you in other algorithms based on the content that you're producing. So you need to have social media. I would highly suggest Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Those are the three biggest and important social media platforms TikTok is definitely the biggest currently, and this is like I said, April 21st of 2022. TikTok is definitely the biggest platform that you can get connected with other people and other content creators. So engage in social media. Social media is important and is key. TikTok and Hover are both fantastic spots where you can throw some of your best clips so that people can get a little bit of a taste about who you are as a content creator and to see if that might be something that they are interested in checking out live. YouTube, making a YouTube channel and getting out there, looking at what other people are doing. A lot of the content creators, they're having a lot of success because they are doing X things. Don't steal their content, but get your mind creatively moving by looking at what other people are doing. Be unique to yourself, but also give yourself an opportunity to learn and expand on like, wow, I didn't think about this type of promotion or this type of growth. Create yourself a Discord. Discord is such a amazing tool that you can connect with people, and it is a spot that you can bring people in from all over the place, all over the world, to be able to connect up and to have a real community. Discord is a great spot for that, and that's what I've really utilized a lot is Discord in trying to build a community there. Now, I'm not talking about creating a Discord where you're like constantly promote one another, kind of like a scam type of thing. Don't use your Discord that way. But what you should use your Discord as is a spot for people to come hang out and to be a part of your environment and your community and how you want your community to run, and connect people with other people. It's a great spot for all of that. Create a schedule. Creating a schedule actually is very important. And I completely slept on this concept or mindset of creating a schedule for a long time. And then when I started creating a schedule, my numbers were more consistent. People were ready and engaged and excited about when my content was going live because they knew exactly when I was going to go live. So I stream on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, all at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I stream on those days, and then I stream on Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 to 6 p.m. that night. So when I've created this motion in my schedule where it's very consistently being night streams, but I've also given an opportunity for there to be a Friday day stream for me, which also opens up a lot of windows for other time zones around the world. Now other people are able to jump into the channel and to experience the Bearded Beer Time community because it's at a time that's more reasonable for them. So that's something that you really got to think through is what time zones are you hitting? What demographic is that going to end up falling in a lot of the times? So that is a big thing that you definitely should figure out is try to set up a schedule. Very important to try to set up a schedule and make sure you try to get to your schedule on time. And then now that you've created all of these different avenues of social media, Discord, you have that. You can use Hover, you can use YouTube as these avenues to be able to promote your content and to get people excited and to know when your time or when your stream is going live. It creates repetition, and repetition is very important for consistent growth over time. Lastly, don't be afraid to go back, analyze, watch your VODs, and ask yourself this question. Would I watch this from a constructive lens? You need to be able to be constructive or have constructive criticism on yourself, but you also need to think about, would I watch this? It's a lot easier said than done because you have to separate yourself from your own content. You got to be able to separate yourself, go back, watch it. I'm not saying you don't need to overanalyze it, but you need to go back and you need to look at it and you need to ask your question. Would I watch this? Am I creating content that is engaging and interactive and that would bring people into my channel? Especially if you're doing something that is very entertainment based, you have got to be able to figure out, you got to be able to go back and look at your VODs and and try to focus on how could I make this content way better. This allows you for an opportunity to also to dream, because there's a lot of people, when you first started streaming, you probably don't have the financial means to drop 10 grand on a crazy stream setup for you to be able to do all the things that you have envisioned your stream could do. So this going back, watching your VODs is fun to take notes, but when you start to critique yourself to the point to where you are feeling depressed, you have entered into a phase where it's not helpful. And you need to stop. You need to stop going back and watching your VODs. But you also need to at least maybe go back and watch some of it. Maybe not the whole thing, but just watch some of it. Take bits and pieces. You need to commend yourself. You need to be like, man, that was really funny. That moment was really, really funny. Or that gameplay was absolutely sick. And I need to practice offline so that I can replicate that here. And it's like all of these different aspects of streaming, a lot of it is trial and error. It's trial and error, and it's learning. Don't be afraid to learn and adapt. All right, everybody, you made it to the end. That concludes my 5 things that I think are going to be exceptionally helpful for you to really think through and process through before you ever hit that go live button. I think these are going to be really helpful for you. And I'm going to be starting a new series on how my Twitch process has worked and how it's gone through. I'm going to be doing another video really soon where I'm going to be talking about what I have learned on my first year of streaming. And so hopefully you tune into that one. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button if you enjoyed this content and if it was helpful for you. And please share this content out for anybody that is beginning or thinking through what it looks like to become a streamer. And these would have been so helpful for me. I got a couple of these right when I first started streaming, but I missed on a lot of them. These are all learned. And if I can hopefully have saved you a little bit of time and a little bit of heartache, then I've done my job here. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care, everybody. Lastly but not least, cheers.